Blockbusters. You are listening to the Triple B Podcast. Let's fucking go.
Welcome back to another episode of the Triple B Podcast, Bourbon Belts and Blockbusters. I'm Ryan.
And I am not the rated R superstar, Tim.
Truth. That's a very confusing introduction.
But in honor of Forbidden Door and the reunion of Edge and Christian for the first time in years. But let's continue on with the show. What is the show about, Ryan?
This show is something that we like to do, and, we talk. And that's pretty much it. Just kidding. We talk about bourbon. We drank on it. We smell it. We swish it around in our mouths. We do belly button shots. Just kidding. We don't do that part yet. That wasn't even choreographed. That was good. We talk about wrestling.
Yes,
that's our belts portion. And we talk about Blockbusters, which is movies and shows primarily.
Yes.
And all the news and all the fun stuffs about it.
Yes, we do.
3 things we love, and we get to sit here and bullshit about it.
That's what we do. Hell yeah.
This just gives us a good reason to make funny shit and post it on the internets.
And it's quite fun.
Yes, it is.
It is a lot of fun.
It really is fun.
Speaking of fun, we did a cash-in today.
What a cash-in.
And it was my cash-in.
It was, yeah.
So
yes, it was.
Please check that out on our socials.
Give us a like and a follow.
Subscribe, share. You do all that stuff out there.
We'll have more fun shit coming out.
Speaking of the cash-in, it's time to reveal the bourbon. And we're going to do it.
We're going old school, baby.
We're going old school.
He got it in the actual briefcase. I have not seen it. I don't know what it is. I'm going to get my hydration out of the way.
There you go. So let's bust this open. This is Trader Joe's Tennessee Sour Smash Bourbon Whiskey.
Interesting. Trader Joe's.
I went with a store brand.
Yeah.
And why I said, pre-show.
That's a first, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a first. And why I'm a little nervous is this is our first bourbon with a screw top, which, this is this is definitely a bourbon on a budget one. But I thought, we haven't done a bourbon from a store with brand label, so I thought, what better time than now?
Yeah.
Trader Joe's Tennessee Sour Smash Bourbon Whiskey, filtered with Lincoln County process. This is 80 proof, 40% alcohol. The blurb goes like this. Every drop of this whiskey goes through the time-honored Lincoln County process, filtered through sugar maple charcoal before being stored in charred white oak barrels. Each batch is a tribute to the hills, the wood, and the water of Tennessee, so let's all raise a collective toast to decades of tradition as we share a sip of liquid history together. Cheers.
I like the blurb.
Cheers, brother.
Let's try it out. Little Trader Joe's.
Hey, that's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not very full flavored.
Yeah, it's not.
It's it kind of does something similar to the.
I do want to say this is the first sour mash bourbon we've also had, right? So there's definitely, you get that kind of that specific flavor to it.
Yeah.
That's not bad though.
Yeah.
At all. What was the ticket price you set on this?
This was like $24.
So it was like $30 after you walked out.
Post-tax, yeah.
That's not bad at all, especially for bourbon on a budget.
Bourbon on a budget.
That ain't bad at all.
Yeah, man. It's very similar to, what was our bourbon last time? Your last cash-in?
Oh, Elijah Craig. Yeah. The Elijah Craig.
Where the pop doesn't come until after,
the burn.
After, but it's not as strong as that Elijah. Yeah. So, yeah.
No, this is very sippable for sure. Again, I feel like this would be another one. I do think the flavor is definitely a little different than like most of the typical bourbons that we've been having, again, because of the sour mash. So there is that that there is a sourness to it.
Yeah.
That you don't typically get in non-sour mash bourbons. But I do feel like, just like intensity wise, I feel like, again, this would be another kind of good, like, introductory level kind of bourbon.
Yeah.
For someone that's interested in starting.
Yeah.
So,
well,
not bad at all.
I'm going to give it a 7.
I'm going to go 6.5.
Okay.
I'm going to go 6.5. It's definitely above average. I think it's right on par with the other 6 to 7.5s that we've had on the show. It's not my favorite, but it's definitely one that I could drink.
I like the sourness. It kind of lingers in your mouth after the fact. Our socials. You can find us on Instagram, X, YouTube, and TikTok. We are at TripBPod. We are on all platforms, Spotify, Apple, Amazon. We are the Triple B Podcast, Bourbon Belts, and Blockbusters. And you can shoot us an email at triplebpod619@gmail.com. Let us know what you're liking about the show. If there's any recommendations for bourbons, for wrestling topics, for movie topics, we want to hear it. Please get back at us on our socials.
Absolutely. Another week, another fact check. This week I'm up, and all in all, fairly clean. Last week was a pretty clean episode. Not a whole lot I had to do, but it was more of, again, just clarifications of things that I primarily I had said, but what we were talking about. So yeah, not too much. So let's jump in here. During the belt section, it's only one during the belts. The rest were during Blockbusters, which I feel like is not usual. I feel like typically most of our fact checks are during wrestling.
Winging it on the wrestling most times.
This one was, we were just talking about Sammy, and we ended up saying the right thing. I ended up being right with the last title he did hold. I had said, I was like, I'm pretty sure it's the IC. You had kind of floated the idea of maybe it was tag, but the last time he held the tag was with KO, and they won him from the Usos at WrestleMania, which was 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago now. Yeah.
WrestleMania.
That was 40.
No, 39.
Oh, the WrestleMania 39.
When they won the tag titles.
Yeah, it's over. That's 2.5 years now. Yeah. Going on 2.5. So that was the tag. The IC was the last gold he held.
Okay.
Next up, you had talked. Now I didn't write it down, and I'm forgetting the name of the movie, but you'll remember it because it was yours. Chris Stuckman.
Oh yeah, it was
the director
for Shelby Oaks.
Shelby Oaks, yes. Just clarifying, Chris Stuckman is the name.
Okay.
You were like, fuck, I don't remember his first name, kind of. Like you were saying, you're like, I know his last name's Stuckman.
Yeah.
I just clarify, Chris Stuckman, you were correct when you said it. It is him. He was the YouTuber who's like one of the original that first started reviewing movies on YouTube, and now he's directing movies and giving us something to shoot for. Next up, we were talking about Alien Earth. This is the one that I have a few things about.
Okay.
Because I had said that Prodigy was like the city, but it was also like one of the three main companies. I was correct in that, but there are actually 5 main companies in Alien Earth, but we really only hear about 2 of them that are really involved so far. So, yeah. So, and that's like the number one that's been throughout the entire Alien franchise, right? So there are actually 5 companies that control the world in Alien Earth. Weyland-Yutani is the company that controls the Americas. Prodigy is a developing, it's a kind of a newer kind of company. They're the ones that develop the hybrids. While the other 3 are named Dynamic, Threshold, and Lynch, and they all control other territories like Europe, Russia, and the Moon.
Oh.
Yeah.
The Moon.
But those ones we've heard a lot less about, at least so far throughout the series. So, I mean, we're only 3 episodes in. So, and then that brought us then to talking about the 3 different types of the cyborgs, hybrid, synthetics, right? And I just wanted to kind of do a little clarification as to what the difference between all of those are and what they mean. So, cyborg is a human. It's a human being who undergoes significant cybernetic augmentation. Okay, so cyborg is a human that has a bunch of cyborg parts put into them, essentially. Synthetic is a fully artificial, non-biological being created and programmed from the start by corporations like Prodigy. And then hybrid is a specific type of synthetic created by Prodigy involving the transfer of a human child's consciousness into an adult synthetic body. I thought that was interesting because I know like that's what we've seen so far is that they've done it with like terminally ill children or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think it's interesting that this like specifically says like specifically is human child's consciousness.
Yeah.
Why can't it be an adult? I wonder if we'll get more information about that.
Yeah.
That was that. And then what were you saying?
I feel like they might have touched on it quickly.
Did they?
I believe so. There
Like
was
a blink and you'll miss it kind of.
Yeah, I think so. So I'll fact check that for next week.
My bad.
That's
Gave
fine.
you another one.
No, but the show's been great so far, so
Yeah,
I don't mind looking into it.
Yeah. And final one on Alien Earth was I had just kind of said like throughout the rest of the season, however many episodes it ends up being, there's going to be 8 episodes in the first season.
Okay.
So it culminates on September 23rd, I believe, was the last Tuesday that it'll
We're
drop.
already talking September.
I know. And the last thing I have, final fact check here, was again just not really something that we said or that was wrong. It was just like my your question, your Blockbusters question. No, it was mine. Yeah, it was mine. It was it was the character that you would like to see like a origin story on.
Yeah.
And the second one I came up with that wasn't Aunt Gladys.
Yeah.
Was Jason Segel's character from I Love You Man. I just wanted to throw out his character's name is Sydney Fife.
Cindy Fife. How can
And
we forget that?
Is the fact check.
Look at us. We're getting cleaner and cleaner.
Yeah, that was it. That was all we had.
I like it.
Yeah. Bringing it over now to our our final Hawk Talk of the preseason. Then we're going to go on we won't really have, we might still have a Hawk Talk next week because we'll probably talk cuts and stuff and like what the 53-man roster looks like because I think that has to be finalized this week.
I believe so, yeah.
I think it's either this week or it's the following like Monday or Tuesday. If it's then we probably won't do a whole lot of Hawk Talk next week.
Yeah.
But if the cuts happen this week, then obviously we'll talk about it. But nonetheless, we played at Green Bay earlier today at about 1:00. Final game against the Packers. Final score was 20-7.
20-7.
We'd lost that one, which was... Again, it's a preseason game. It's the third preseason game nowadays. When, if you'd gone 10, 12 years ago, the third preseason game, because there were 4, the third one was like the big one.
Yeah,
that was like
full
the one.
dress rehearsal.
Yeah, and I mean, it was like your whole starting lineup outside of maybe a few key people.
Yeah, like your
main
like
superstar.
your
Tom Brady's probably weren't playing in it.
Your Calvin Johnsons.
Yeah, but for the most part, you had like your full starting roster on both sides of the ball playing at least the first quarter, if not the whole first half.
Yeah.
Not really how the preseason works anymore. Like our starters got essentially one series last week each on offense and defense, and then they were out and they all played a decent amount in they did like a scrimmage on Thursday against the Packers. That they did like a joint practice, did a full scrimmage, and that was where most of our guys got the work in, and so they sat in the game today. So that and a handful of our second stringers were sitting. Like Drew Lock didn't play today, right? You had a handful of, Charbonnet didn't play. I don't even think Helani played today.
Helani did not.
Yeah, Helani didn't even play today, right? So
that's probably a good sign.
Yeah, I think that should be pretty telling that I think you have at least our top 3 backs there. And then they gave, Jacardia Wright, Tyus, I forget his first name, and then
Martinez.
Damian Martinez, yeah. You have him, or those 3 all kind of balling out today to show up. And yes, we lost. We'll get into some of the primary reasons for that here in a second, but just looking at some of the stats after the game, we still rushed for 130 yards today with our entire starting offensive line not playing. It's all backups, all guys fighting for roster spots. Yes, we lost. but we gave up 13 points off of turnovers from our third string rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
Right. And then they didn't score off of all 3 of his turnovers. They scored off of the punt muff when Bobo got hit, and which he was down. Shouldn't have been a fumble anyways, and I don't know how they didn't look at that again, but regardless, 4 turnovers in the game. One was that punt that shouldn't have been a turnover in the first place, and was just unfortunate circumstance of just the way shit goes sometimes.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the game?
You know, I still want them to win, and so it was just, I got high hopes for Milroe and everything, and so I just wanted to see a little more. But this is like that perfect game. Like, he got to play the whole game, and he got to play against some first stringers. Green Bay had some of their first stringers on that first series, and this is when you get those wrinkles out of the way and whatnot, and so he gets to see not just like the practice squad or defense, his own team playing. That's always going to be like one way. This one, you get to see a million different looks and everything against things. So I think it's great development for him. I still got high hopes for him because he can move. He can really move, and once he starts putting those pieces together, he could be a dangerous quarterback for sure down the line. Yeah. Other than that, it was just we kind of alluded to it before show, but it was interesting seeing Marquez out there, right?
Yeah. Marquez Valdez Scantling.
MVS.
Yes, MVS. Just say
MVS. But it was interesting to see him play a big chunk of that first half and with the third stringer. So is that telling of where he stands on this roster?
Yeah, and now, and again, with the Bobo injury, that sounds like a concussion, depending on how long that keeps him out. Because I think Bobo's a lock to make the roster. Now, if he's injured, does that potentially open up the door for MVS to stay?
I have a feeling Derek Young is making this roster because of his special teams ability.
Yeah, but Cody White too.
Yeah,
he balled out today. He's been balling out in the special teams.
True.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting, and that kind of brings me to my primary point of I'm very curious, especially after fairly poor play by Jalen Milroe today. Mm-hmm. Right? Because you can look at like what he did in the first 2 games and be like, oh yeah, like he came out and he played pretty well, and it's like, yeah, sure he did, but in very limited stat like reps, right? He got to play the whole game today. It was just on him. That ain't nobody was coming in to take over for him.
Yeah.
And it obviously it did not go how he wanted it to. Mm-hmm. He fumbled 3 times. And he lost all 3 fumbles. I didn't see the very first one, but I'm assuming it was down in the red zone because then they turned around and drove 96 yards to score.
Yeah, I was in the red zone.
So he fumbled at like the 4-yard line. He fumbled on a 4th down brotherly shove that he picked up by like 5 yards and then got the ball taken away from him. And then the last one, which at first glance when we were watching it live, you're like, oh, that was kind of a shitty snap. But then when you watched it back in replay, it was right fucking here. Yeah. Right here, just went right through his hand. So the whole wide receiver situation, the offensive line situation, I mean, we got fucking safeties. We got D linemen. Like, we got numbers of good depth guys. Does Jalen Milroe end up on the practice squad? Because it ain't Drew Lock. Drew Lock ain't getting fucking... Like, no. if you have to pick a backup quarterback between those two right now, it's Drew Lock.
By a mile.
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
And 1,000,000 times over, you're going Drew Lock. So is there a possibility that Milroe... Because, like really, when you break it down, like, you want Milroe on this team. Yeah. I like Milroe. I think he does have a very bright future, but obviously he's very raw, and he has a lot of development that he needs to do. He ain't Russell Wilson coming in here in his rookie year, right? The tables are just stacked against him in that regard. And we have a lot of other people that are trying to make this squad, and I think, personally, you're going to get more out of having one of these other guys. You're going to get more out of having a Cody White on this team playing special teams than you are having Jalen Milroe either suiting up every week to come in for a single brotherly shove a game or a random Wildcat type package or something, and having Drew Lock be a healthy scratch that week in order for Jalen Milroe to suit up for one or two maybe possible plays, because those are all situational football that might not even happen in a game too. That's the thing. Or you have him just be the practice squad, continue to develop, as long as he obviously, like, because you have to cut him to make the practice squad, which is a whole other thing that I think is kind of stupid. I think you should have like 5 practice squad spots that you can just be like, you, and you. Everyone else get cut. If you clear waivers, we'll bring you back type of thing.
Yeah.
But regardless, do you have him be on the practice squad to continue to develop and keep one of these other guys that you know is actually going to contribute? Because you're not putting Jalen Milroe out on fucking kickoff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, is it worth keeping him on the active roster to just have him develop for an entire year, which is literally eating up a roster spot for someone who's not really going to play that much that could be a big impact somewhere else?
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be, and my initial thoughts, I mean, after seeing this game, it'd be like, I do send him to the practice squad, but I'm sure there's going to be that fear that another team picks him up.
Yeah.
And then we're without him. I mean, but you're 100% right. Drew Lock is making the team. He's our backup.
Yeah.
There's just no question about it. So I think you're right, though. I think there's just a lot of other more valuable roster spots right now that need that depth. And
the other thing too is, if you look at it kind of in a different version of that same scenario, you keep Jalen Milroe, you cut Drew Lock, try to bring him to the practice squad or something for whatever fucking reason, right? I'm just throwing out scenarios.
Yeah.
He ain't clearing waivers.
No.
He's getting picked up by somebody.
Easily.
Like, automatically he's getting picked up by somebody.
With his contract and everything, it's an easy pickup.
Yeah. So he goes somewhere else. Now say week 2, Sam Darnold goes down. Now you're throwing fucking Jalen Milroe, who's this raw ass rookie who has no business playing, realistically has no business playing in an NFL game this year.
No, 100% no.
He proved that today. Now you're throwing him into the fire.
Yeah.
Where it's so that's where I'm kind of looking at, like, between those two. If you are only going to keep 2 quarterbacks, which one are you more willing to let get taken? I still think it's Jalen Milroe.
Yeah,
like,
I think you're
cut
right.
him and see if he'll clear, because Drew Lock's not clearing. That's the thing. Like Jalen Milroe's the safer bet to clear waivers and be able to be signed to the practice squad.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And can't guys that are on the practice squad still get signed to other teams? Like, can't other teams like talk to them?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And like, if they decide like, oh yeah, I can go make $4 million here.
Yeah.
900,000 here, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts? I mean, Jalen Milroe is kind of my big point here, because I think realistically that was kind of the big question mark.
Yeah, for sure. Game. I think it was still good to see our rushing, our run game was still pretty solid. Our defense with all the backups playing, they still were playing intense.
They gave up one actual like drive, and it was that first drive where they scored the touchdown. That was 96-yard, 14-play, 96-yard drive for like 7.5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I mean, they were just better, right? On a lot of those plays, they were just better. Angles were bad, blocking was good, whatever it was, and they drove.
Yeah.
Other than that, our defense shut them down pretty well.
Yeah.
Outside of us giving them the ball in plus territory.
Yeah, exactly.
Multiple other times after that, right?
Exactly.
So, all right, dude. Last week we did a little fun thing, posted some social media content about it. We talked about it very briefly on our way down during the Bourbon Talk last week, but obviously haven't had a chance to really talk about it since. We went down to LB Washington. We did this whiskey and steam event that they had. They have a train down there that runs. They do different seasonal things. I know in the winter they have like the Polar Express type thing, right, where it's this whole done up thematic thing and theatrics and everything. I did that in last winter with my family. It was fun. We had a really good time. This came up. My wife sent it to me. I sent it to you. I was like, dude, let's try this. And we're like, fuck it, let's do it. And it was fucking dope. It ended up being a really good time.
It was a really, really good time. I had a lot of fun with it.
I had a blast.
Never been on a train before, before this.
Yeah, that was my second time with the Polar Express back in winter on the same train, being the first. So
yeah, so I thought that was a really fun experience in itself. Beautiful area out there.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Great weather for it as well, and then the live music was a lot of fun.
They were awesome. Did we ever figure out, was that their actual name?
I
was
never.
It Chicken Joe and the Fabulous Cocks?
I believe so. I haven't been able to look it up.
That's what they said, and but then they kind of kept goofing around, alluding to it, and so it was like, did they say that as a joke, or is that actually the name of their band?
I think it is.
I think it needs to be.
Yeah.
Chicken Joe and the Fabulous Cocks.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
They were great.
They were
honestly great. The only thing that I would have said, and I said it a couple times during, was Chicken Joe, the lead singer, his mic just needed to be turned up a little more. It was hard to hear him in certain things, and he was the primary singer.
Yeah.
But the instrumentals, they all sounded good. The other vocalists all sounded great. The drummer was badass.
Yeah.
And they just played fucking essentially just like classic rock.
Yeah.
And it was great.
It was
Such an enjoyable experience. We checked in at the depot in LB before the train ride, got our actual ticket to get on, and they gave us a little souvenir glass.
Yeah.
And inside the glass, we had 5 drink tickets. Mm-hmm. And so we essentially got 5 free whiskey tastings. Yeah. And they had a bunch of different bourbons, and they had some other like flavored whiskeys and, some different styles and stuff. From Old Soldier, Sandstone, and Heritage were the 3 distilleries that they had. And yeah, I mean, it was just fun. They had food out, finger foods, charcuterie type things.
Yeah.
Charcuterie boards, if you will. But yeah, and I don't know, it was just it was a really good experience. It was really fun.
Yeah.
We were able to just get up and walk freely throughout the train while we were going. Got to go to the open air cart, just kind of hang out in there.
It was a blast.
It
man.
was.
It was a real blast.
Fun.
Glad she found that for us, and glad we did it.
You're gonna try to make that, if they do it every year, which I'm assuming they do.
I wanna make it a tradition.
Yeah, try to make it a yearly thing. We go do a little whiskey and steam every year, and keep trying whiskeys. I don't know if they change them up from year to year, if it's always the same 3 distillers, but yeah,
I didn't mind them. There was only a few. Like the butterscotch one was
the sweeter ones for me are not my thing. I tried them still, and like for what they are, they're good. Yeah, it's just personally my palate, not my thing.
The one with the orange though, that one was
was good. Yeah, that was the Sandstone. That was the double barreled.
Yeah, the double barreled.
Dual barrel, as I think is what it was. So they distilled it in their original, like their regular oak barrels, and then they distilled it in like orange. It was like some form of orange barrels or something like that.
Yeah.
That one was
my favorite.
Yeah, that one was quite tasty. I did enjoy that one.
Yeah,
but yeah,
hell yeah, man,
it was fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, Timothy, that brings us over to belts. Tim, what do you want to talk about?
I'm going to talk about Monday Night Raw.
Hell yeah, you are.
We get the continuation of Bayley dealing with her inner demons. We got another promo, and we talked about that last week, how much we were liking that and where this can go.
Yeah.
We got a little more in-depth look at it, and it's like she's hearing her inner voice, the ding-dong one talking to her. But then you also, at the end of that, I think we hear like the hugger version of her too, it sounded like. So I'm really liking this and very excited to see where it goes. There's not a lot more to really talk about on it other than I really like where this is going.
They're not necessarily the same vibe, but it has a very kind of reminiscent feel of the first Wyatt 6 video packages.
Yes.
Right? Like where it's something is coming, something is happening.
Yeah.
And I like this for Bailey because it's definitely, I think she was at a point in a moment where it's like she definitely needed something different and new to be happening in her character. And again, like we talked about last week, I don't know where it's going because they keep pushing this heelish vibe onto these things, which makes me think they're gonna throw a fucking curveball at us here.
And go good.
Yeah, and like you really don't know, and so that's what I like about it, and I do like I was hoping you were gonna talk about that because I do think that was one of the better parts of Raw this week was that video package.
Yeah. Next up, I'm giving Raquel Rodriguez more flowers. She is. I hate to see Liv get hurt.
Yeah.
But her injury has really propelled Raquel up into that role.
Rocketed her into the forefront of this whole Judgment Day.
She is shining in the ring. Like, we're seeing her best in-ring work. It's working for her being now the vet to Roxanne Perez and everything. And I'm just really enjoying what she's doing in the ring. Her match with Io is a really good one. Disappointed to see her lose, especially after Roxanne won last week. I thought they were going to build on Judgment Day, getting over on Io and kind of building into the post damage control feud going on right now. So I thought there was more to that.
I kind of liked how they did it, though, because like we said last week, a lot of this story building is revolving around Io. It's not revolving around specifically Judgment Day.
Yeah, true.
Or Kabuki or Rhea. It seems like a lot of this is like she is the sun and everything else is revolving around her, right? And so I didn't mind how that played out. I thought it was actually kind of a good change-up because I went into that match expecting them to knock Io off again.
Yeah, that's true.
And so I was like, oh, that was actually, I kind of liked that Io ended up fending it all off and winning on her own without any help or any sort of interference or anything, right? While you had Roxanne out there, she had to fight that off. Then she picks up the win still, but then gets beat down after. And I felt like this was the perfect way to continue that story growth with Io because you have her and Rhea stand tall together, friendly. Like they have been a lot.
Yeah.
But then you have the Kabuki Warrior part backstage where then they all start fighting and then Io storms off. Right? Yeah. And Asuka was like so over the top in this fucking backstage promo that I was kind of like, okay, this needs Rhea, start talking. Like, I was like, come on, what are we doing here? It felt like it was like a Shakespearean fucking play or something where it was just like so over the top and bolsterous. Like I was just like, oh my god, this is kind of cringeworthy, but I still do, even with that being said, I still do like appreciate this continued story build because again, this is another one where it doesn't really feel like we know where it's going. Yeah. Because, like, we were like, oh, her and Rhea are good. But then all of this, and then they start fighting backstage. And then Io just fucking storms off. It's like, fuck everybody. And, like, really setting out on her own. So it is kind of interesting to see. I do think that maybe there is, I think you alluded to it last week, that maybe there's a Kabuki heel turn. Yeah. Potentially coming on the horizon, but then where does that also put Rhea and Io in there? So there's so much story that they're doing around Io, and I enjoy it.
Yeah, no, I think it's good. Again, just I thought Raquel could use a big win there, but also I do like where the story is going with it, and especially the post match. It just made sense and everything. Plus, I think Io losing there might hurt what my next talking point is. Okay. Because now we got some murky waters. Because Naomi gets announced she is pregnant. I did not like that they revealed it on the podcast and then had Naomi talk about it. I wish it was just Naomi announcing it because, I mean, sure, a lot of people maybe knew that she was pregnant or hurt, but I didn't see any rumors or anything, so I was going into it blind, and then they kept on showing Stephanie McMahon and everything, and then revealing it that way.
I part of me wonders if that was more of a personal decision on like Naomi's side, because announcing it to the world, they wanted it to be done her and Jimmy. And I'm wondering with Jimmy being on SmackDown, I'm wondering if, because I can't imagine that both rosters travel fully together all the time.
I think he was backstage at this one though.
Oh, was he?
Because I want to say
because Monday they were still in the
reaction
States, right?
Yeah, Monday
Raw was still in the States, but then Friday they were in Dublin. So I was just wondering if maybe he had already started the travels or whatever. Or maybe he wasn't there, and so maybe they want to do it together. That was just me. I was just speculating.
I want to say he was back because there was like some reaction video to what she was saying out in the ring and everything. Okay. But that said, love this segment. Naomi went in still in her full persona.
I absolutely loved it. I thought it was gonna be like she started
it one way.
I know, and then I thought she was gonna be just like, oh, okay, they kind of just dropped the whole caution character because she's pregnant and they're enjoying this moment. But she fucking went in, and I was sitting on the couch and I was like, let's fucking go. I was like, this is awesome. This is like the best fucking thing, because then it was like she was still in that heel character, but she's getting cheered for.
Yeah.
Because everything she's saying is like, y'all got a little over 9 months to do whatever the hell you want with this, and then I'm coming back for what is mine. And it was just like, fuck yeah. Yeah. That was awesome.
I mean, because
her little fucking cackle is so annoying. It's very Vicky Guerrero.
Yes.
Right? Because it's like, you're just like, fuck. But she's like, the bloodline continues. And it was like, oh, God. But then you're also like, fuck yes at the same time. Because it's like King Joffrey. You fucking love to hate him type of thing. And that's what this is. And that's what they're building with Naomi, which is huge.
Yeah. I think it was, if you're going to take her character out, for this, that was a perfect send-off for her. Yeah. And it was a little subliminal that she put the title on the ring, and it was over Slim, and so it was Jim's name. Like, Big Jim was the reason for her. She's losing the title because of Jimmy.
Oh, yeah. Well, then I loved the what I forget exactly how it came up, but she was like, yeah, y'all everyone back there should be thinking Big Jim or whatever. He's the reason we're in this position, that type of thing. I was like, I fucking love it, because they're leaning a little more into the R-rated type of moment there, obviously, talking about
the little flex they get on Netflix that they can kind of bend the rules. And that lastly brings me to the main event and just the vision and what we got with Jay Uso this night, and the continuation of build up to their Fatal 4-Way. But the main event was Extreme Rules. I thought that was a good twist to the main event, because it felt very like, well, we know what we're going to get if it's just a normal match. But then you throw in Extreme Rules to it, it kind of like, it gives a reason to allow everyone to come out, which was inevitably going to happen anyways. And lead to a DQ.
Can I backtrack?
Yeah.
And talk about the opening of the show?
Yeah.
Because that's
I was going to
is that what you were going to get to? Okay. Yeah. Because I didn't want to just skip past that, because that was a really good fucking opening promo and everything.
Yeah.
Paul Heyman going off, talking about himself, ECW, everything, right?
Tommy Dreamer. He was still alive.
I know, but I was like, because Paul Heyman and Tommy Dreamer are like really good buddies, as far as I know, right?
From what I know, yeah.
So it was crazy to hear him like talking about all the guys that says late great Sabu, inventing moves no one had ever seen before, blah blah blah. The late great Tommy Dreamer. I know he's not dead, but he should be. And then Braun's like, wait, he's still alive? And he goes, and then this was the part where I was like, fuck, because Paul Heyman goes, yeah, unfortunately. And then turned back and went in, and I was like, God damn! He went hard at Tommy Dreamer.
They were pushing some boundaries on this for sure. But it was a great opening segment.
Yeah.
But that's what you get with Paul Heyman. And it's a Philadelphia crowd, so it was a good way to hype up ECW, but then kind of like be a heel about it and be like, shut up,
Yeah.
you know, and
Yeah.
everything. And I really enjoyed that. Then you fast forward to the main event, and it was a pretty cool match. I like the Extreme Rules.
Yeah.
There was that scary moment. Braun
went over the rope
and hit the
cart.
I was just like, oh shit, is he
I know.
injured? And he either sold it really well.
When you
like-
look back at the slow motion replay, you're like, oh, he literally landed like as perfect as possible to not get hurt. Because it was like primarily what his legs ended up hitting was the trash can.
Yeah.
He didn't even really end up hitting like the edge of the cart or the rim of a chair or anything. It was like the trash can kind of folded in. It was actually like the cushioniest part of the fall that he could have hit. It was like, oh, whew.
I know. But I mean, he
Dodged
sold
the
the
bullet
shit
there.
out
Yeah,
of
he
it
did,
after that. And so, well done. And then, I mean, like, all hell breaks loose before the match officially ends. And you even get Roman Reigns coming out. And
That was actually shocking too.
Yeah,
I was like, he's fucking gone filming.
Yeah.
Fucking Street Fighter right now. So I was like, we're not gonna see him again for a while. And the crowd's chanting OTC, and I was like, he's not fucking coming out. And it was ding ding ding, and I was like, wait, what the fuck? I was like, that motherfucker is here. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Okay, you're surprising me, Roman. I'll give you that. You're surprising me.
Yep.
You've now shown up like 3 times in the last couple of months when I 100% expected you to not be here for a while.
I know this is for sure like the second time you've said the crowd chanting OTC, and you're like, he's not coming. And then boom.
Yeah, and then it's music, and I was like, fuck, he did it again. Okay.
Yeah.
And that was dope. I like that.
Yeah. So the whole chaos at the end leading to Jay winning this match, I thought was well done. I thought, way to make a predictable ending interesting, and that definitely made it interesting. So
yeah, and I mean, I would have even gone out to say that Jay winning, I don't think was the predictable ending.
No, I didn't. I thought if it was just
thought that it was going to be the Vision standing tall at the end of this. And
I thought it was just going to be a DQ finish, Vision standing tall. If it was just a
regular
normal
match. But even with the even with the Extreme Rules match, that in and of itself plays more into the favor of the Vision, right? Even with LA Knight and CM Punk, it still was just like, because
you knew they were going to get in their own ways of helping out Jay. So
and like not in any way, shape, or form expecting Roman to be there at all.
That was the perfect wrinkle.
Yeah, and I also think that's the way they did it was probably the best way they could have done it, to also let Braun lose clean but protect it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it wasn't just he lost outright 1, 2, 3 in the center of the ring, but it wasn't without the things in the middle. You know what I mean?
SmackDown, what do you got?
Bringing it over to SmackDown. I'm gonna go a little out of order here.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want to end on negatives. Okay. I do have 2 negatives. But I have 2 positives. So I want to end on the positives. And my first negative is like, it's like a kind of this.
False negative.
But yeah, so first thing, Cena is still fucking great on the mic.
So good.
He's too goddamn fucking good. It's fucking insane how good he is on the mic, right? Absolutely just fucking buried Logan Paul.
Oh, yeah.
Which was fantastic. And
he built him up a little before burying him.
Yeah, exactly. He did. And then absolutely, but that's classic
demolished
Cena,
him.
right? It's classic
But I
Cena.
thought that led well to the overarching of the night.
Yes. And again, this brings me to and so I got a couple different things here, and I'm going to throw Cody into this because he was absent from the show yet again, and I still think that this kind of plays into Cena still, because he beat Cena in that fucking fantastic match at SummerSlam. Absolutely great match. It's the best match John Cena has had in fucking years.
Oh yeah,
like from start to finish, just absolutely. It was a masterclass of a street fight, what a street fight can be, right?
Yeah.
It was so good. You win the WWE title back, and we've talked about it every week since. And there has been absolutely zero anything from Cody about this.
Yeah.
About what that meant, how hard it was, the battle that it was,
Yeah.
what it means going forward. There's been nothing.
The no hesitation.
He has now
all
been
that.
absent for 2 straight weeks. Now, I know what it's for. It's because he's filming Street Fighter also, because he's Guile. Mm-hmm. But still, it's like at least the first week back, you should have had him give some form of fucking kudos to this match before the Logan Paul Drew McIntyre tag match that took place.
Yeah.
Right? Then that led to you fucking taking the WWE champion off of TV for what's at least these 2 weeks, if not longer.
Yeah, because now they're overseas. I can't picture him going over there.
Because they're not even fighting at Clash, are
yeah,
they?
no, not announced
As far as
yet.
we know, yeah. So it's like, what the fuck is going on? So that part is, I'm just like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think too much of it originally until you brought it up, and I was like, oh yeah, that's a good point. And now it's just like festering and building, and I'm just like more annoyed.
Cody's ruining wrestling.
Yeah,
John
fucking
Cena
Cody.
didn't.
God damn it.
John Cena didn't ruin
No.
wrestling.
So there's that part. And then the very closing moments of SmackDown, you have, again, another blinding absence since SummerSlam, is Brock fucking Lesnar. Mm-hmm. And the first thing we've actually heard of him outside of 2 weeks ago, Cena calling him out in the promo, that first promo after SummerSlam, you now have Aldis approach Cena as Cena's walking out of his dressing room saying, hey, I just got off the phone with Brock. And to me, like, that was kind of weird. I didn't like that. Like, hey, I just got off the phone with Brock. Brock's not the type of dude you're just on a fucking business call with. Like, that doesn't make sense. Like, I talked to him. This is what we're going to do. Right? Like, no, this is like Brock attacks. That's what he does.
Yeah.
Right? And he forces his hand and makes things happen. So I didn't like that. But then it's like that you just use that vignette essentially to then lead to another fucking out of nowhere bionic fucking hand knockout punch from Logan Paul, which is, I fucking hate that too. We've had too many fucking knockout punches being somebody's finisher.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't even use it in a match.
No, that's
He
true.
never does that in a match.
That's true.
So it's like, it doesn't even make sense. It's just because they're like playing into the boxing that he doesn't even fucking do. Like, that's his brother. Hello. Like, has he boxed? Sure, but that's not what he's not a boxer.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. The whole thing, I was just like, what the fuck, man? It's just, I feel like it's just tough angles to drive here, because everything I'm reading online is that we're going to get the Brock Cena is going to be at WrestlePalooza. That is going essentially head and head with AEW's
All Out.
Yeah, All Out.
Yeah.
Because everything I'm reading is that WWE and TNA are like trying to put their foot on AEW's throat to kill them.
I mean, they're counter programming them on every, like, there's a NXT event tomorrow against Forbidden Door.
Yeah.
There's WrestlePalooza now, and
Yeah.
It's interesting.
It is.
But I mean, I agree with you.
But why would you not build that now?
Yeah.
Because now you're going to have fucking Clash is the last day of August. It's the 31st. It's a week and 1 day, right?
Yeah.
It's next. WrestlePalooza is on September 20th.
Yeah.
That's 20 days. That's only a 20-day build for this fucking match.
Yeah.
And you're not going to tell me that SummerSlam counts as this build, because there's been nothing about it in between. Outside of Cena saying, if you want some, come get some. There's been no other build to this.
I feel
a
like
20-day build, which is 2 fucking episodes of SmackDown, Tim.
Yeah. I feel like the phone call is a hint that he's going to be in Paris and maybe cost Cena this match against Logan, kind of give Logan a rub, losing or winning against Cena, and then Brock demolishes Cena, leading to it. But I get what you're saying.
I know, but then are we going to go another 2 weeks without seeing Brock again? That's the thing.
Yeah, probably. But no, I 100% was like, Brock wouldn't call anyone. Like,
No.
That's not a thing where he's calling Aldis for anything.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I definitely I'm I'm agreeing with you on a lot of fronts. I can see where maybe they're building Brock without him being there, but
why is he not there?
Yeah, I
Why?
don't know. Yeah.
I want the actual explanation. Why is Brock not there? You already fucking brought him back. Fuck the controversy shit with the Janelle Grant case. You already fucking brought him back to TV. Now that's all out the window.
Yeah.
You're not saving yourself. The people that feel the way about it that they feel already feel that way. So fuck them. If you're going to lean into this, fucking lean into it. Don't sugarcoat it.
It's probably just everyone's on these limited time frame dates where they only show up certain dates, and so I'm sure that's part of it.
All right, anyways, moving on to my next thing. Like I said, that was a little like this.
Yeah.
What a lousy fucking main event.
Oh yeah.
That was one of the worst main events we've had on one of these shows in a while.
And you have Becky Lynch in her hometown, and that's how you do them.
And this is what I said. I said, this should have been Tiffany versus Becky in a singles match.
Yeah.
Fuck Nia Jax. Fuck Jade Cargill. Neither of them deserve to be in this spot. Neither of them are good enough to be in this spot. This match should have been a singles match between those two. It would have fucking tore the house down. Yep. But instead, you get something... You get this match that we ended up getting where Becky was like barely involved in this, it felt like. There were no big moments in this match at all. The ending of it, I was like, oh, wait, it's over.
I blinked and it was
yeah,
over.
You're just like, what the fuck just happened? Like, if you're going to build Nia as this fucking monstrosity of a powerhouse... then fucking build her as that, not just somebody that gets hit with 2 moves and gets pinned. Like, I was like, what the fuck? It was so pointless. It was so fucking stupid. I hated every fucking second of it. I was just like, oh my god, this is terrible. It didn't do anything to build fucking Jade either.
No,
that's the thing.
It kind of ruined the opening segment. I loved the opening segment of the show. With Becky opening, but then it quickly went down. As soon as
Nia's music hit, it was over.
And
as soon as she came out, it was over. She's the worst thing in the women's division.
And then they made it my favorite, where they just throw together tag teams for main event. So, I agree.
Good things. Bringing us back to that opening, which you just alluded to. Becky's too fucking good, man.
She really is.
She is so good in this fucking this. And I wrote this before I even knew what was coming. I wrote Becky's too fucking good, and Becky versus Tiffany is something we need soon.
Oh yeah.
And that I wrote that before Nia's music hit.
Yeah.
Like, I want Tiffany Stratton versus Becky Lynch. Let fucking Becky drop the IC, come to SmackDown, let her challenge Tiffany for the women's championship, because that match absolutely will tear the house down, and I feel like we're truly running on limited time with Becky. Mm-hmm. So like, that's something where like we're gonna get the best version of this match in the next year to 2 years, and then after that you're gonna be looking at Becky probably working her way out.
Yeah,
and
very limited schedule.
Very limited schedule, and not going to be putting on the types of matches that she still can, that she has proven she can with Bayley and Lyra and everybody so far. We need that. That's too fucking good. I don't know if there's anybody even on the Raw roster that I want to see more than Tiffany. Maybe Stephanie Vicker.
Yeah,
but
that would be a banger.
Yeah, that would be a banger. But I think Becky versus Tiffany, like Becky, like to have Becky as the vet versus Tiffany as the newbie. That is the fucking SmackDown match I want. Excuse me. That's the SmackDown match I want. Stephanie Rhea is the Raw match I want.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's what I have.
They really need to they need to shake up the women's roster on both shows and bring up more from NXT. Like, they got plethora of good, like, maybe not main eventers, but that can fill out the division, so that we're not just seeing Nia and Tiffany over and over again.
So that we can stop having fucking televised moments of Nikki Bella and Natalia wasting our fucking brain cells.
Natty,
no,
no. Yes.
No.
Yes.
Natty needs to be gone.
Nope.
She's fucking terrible.
Nope.
Nikki Bella is absolute dog shit.
Fine.
Natalia's not good in the ring, Tim.
Have you watched any
her
of her stuff?
Her face isn't good anytime.
Yeah. I agree with you on that.
What happened? What did she do to herself?
Surgeries.
Well, obviously, but why?
I don't know.
It's fucking terrible. But no, like, they both just need to be gone. Like, your time's over. You're no longer useful in this business. Bye-bye.
Next point.
Fine. This one I'm fucking super stoked for. And it's just a small little, almost a blink and you'll miss it seedling. Nikki Cross lurking. Mm-hmm. Nikki Cross lurking in the back. Walks up the fucking stairwell during the fucking Julia and why am I forgetting her name? Meechin segment. Yeah. And just is walking up and just turns around and just stands there. Like she was like petting a doll or something. I don't even fucking remember. But she's just standing there. And then she just creepily walks back down the stairs. I absolutely loved this for a couple different reasons. It's our first indication that of the Wyatt 6 kind of takeover that we have talked about wanting.
Yeah.
Right? This is the first time she has been in any way, shape, or form put into the women's division. Mm-hmm. Like actually like any sort of inkling that we're gonna get something from her, like Nikki Cross.
Yeah.
Right. Which again, like tag champs. Now, if she pushes for the women's US, which is this is kind of what we've talked about before.
Yeah.
At some point, you got to get Uncle Howdy involved somewhere in one of the in the main title, and I think you got to get Eric Rowan involved in the US at some point.
Yeah.
And it's like I said, it's our first inclination of her. Hopefully, now this is going to lead to her actual in-ring work.
Yeah,
It's been so long. Only been in one match since the Wyatt 6 have actually been here.
Yeah,
and it was a mixed tag match with the American Made.
Yeah,
right. So that's it. That's all we've had of a match from her. She hasn't been in a match other than that.
Yeah.
And I think they lost that match.
I'm pretty sure they did.
So that was, I was like, this means that like we're talking potential singles action. Mm-hmm. That's what I want to see. I want to see Nikki Cross involved in that. Yeah. And I was like giddy, dude. I was like, fucking yes, let's go. And it was because it continues that theme again of like with the tag teams all talking, and you got Loomis and why do I always forget the other one's name? Dexter Loomis. Gacy. God damn. Yeah. Well, John Wayne Gacy. Why do I keep forgetting that? My favorite serial killer. It's a weird thing to say. I said that before on here too. But you've had them lurking in the back scenes of the tag division and stuff. And now like
on this episode
too. And I love now that like we're getting that with Nikki Cross in the women's division. It's branching it out. It's not just, she's not just a prop.
Yeah.
She's actually like a member, and she's actually like hopefully going to be a force. Yeah. And that, I don't know, it just made me really excited.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, yes, it's happening. And then I guess she kind of did something similar last week, and this one was more like kind of an interpretation, but there was like one of the semi-trailers in the back, and it looked like her reflection was lit up on it while Meechin and what's her face was talking. So yeah, I'm really excited for that because it's been too long. Nikki Cross is great, and we need to see Wyatt 6 branching out for sure.
Absolutely.
Like it can't just be the tag division. It's got a full on takeover.
Yeah, because that's you're a full faction, man.
You're like letting Judgment Day do it on Raw. Yeah. Let's have Wyatt 6 do it on SmackDown.
How the one we actually want.
Yes. Exactly.
Alrighty. Bringing us over to our banger of the week. Tim, what you got?
I got Naomi's announcement. It was just so in character. It was just like, because we've seen it, I think, one time before with Becky Lynch, relinquishing the title because she got pregnant. Yeah. But it wasn't in character for her. It was just announcing and relinquishing the title. This was just full on, like, it started off that way and quickly went that way, and I was just so sold on it. It was so good. Yeah,
same. It was awesome. I enjoyed every second of it, and like I said, when it was like first started, I was like, oh, okay. Like that, cool. That's fucking awesome. Congrats for them. I'm excited for them. That's cool. But then she flipped the switch again, and I was like, let's go. This is fucking great. That's what we want. Yeah, it's great. Mine is I'm sticking with the women division here. I'm saying the Nikki Cross lurking in the back is my banger of the week because it was very unexpected for me. Mm-hmm. I didn't see it coming, and it's everything that we've been talking about since this entire White 6 thing has happened and started.
Mm-hmm.
And it just was like I said, it was like the one thing that had me like fully just popping off. Like I was like, let's fucking go. And it was so quick and so short lived, but I was so stoked for it. So that was mine.
I like it.
Belts question of the week this week. I posed this. Hopefully it wasn't worded too poorly. Hopefully you fully understood what the question was asking.
I think what you were saying was put one in place of another, essentially.
Essentially, yeah. So I said, is there a wrestler whose career should have been better, but it wasn't, that you would switch for someone whose career did pop off, but probably shouldn't have? So yeah, is there a wrestler that's down here that you would switch for someone that was up here that you don't think should have been?
Yeah.
And you'd swap them.
So, I chose Ken Shamrock.
Okay.
I mean, he was kind of heading that way, and it just never did.
Yeah.
And I think his character during the Attitude Era was like the perfect one. Like it just fit, and he was very deserving of being in the main event scene back then. And I think deserved a lot more. He was good on the mic, but you could have paired him with the manager and been just as good. It would have just been great to see where his career could have gone if he was a little bit higher in that main event scene for the World Heavyweight title. Who I'd switch out of that kind of where they did hit the upper levels. It's Alberto Del Rio. He just never really did it for me. Like, yes, he was good in the ring, but character-wise, like heel or face, I was just not really into his character at all. And
100%.
He won Royal Rumble. He won, a few heavyweight titles, and it was mad to me. It was just like, all right, man, I'm over it.
Yeah, I agree, 100%.
What about you?
I'm going to start with the negative side here that I said first. I said the character or the wrestler whose career I would have switched would have been the Great Khali.
I was going to say you should not be able to choose him because it's just so obvious, but I'll accept it.
But yeah.
Because he definitely deserved nothing.
He deserved nothing of what he was. One of the worst in-ring workers that we've ever seen. Like it was so bad. And then like even the mouthpiece that they had for him was bad. Like none of it was good. The whole thing was bad. But we got the Punjabi prison matches, Tim. That was the highlight.
Oh, God.
Yeah, fucking terrible. So, like, I mean, he multiple world title.
I think it was one.
Was it only one?
But I thought he was like in that scene quite a bit.
Yeah, he definitely had multiple world title matches.
Yes,
for sure. He was definitely in the main event match, like
picture
a
Undertaker,
lot.
Like undeserving.
Big Show, right? Kane, I think they battled.
Kane,
anyway, so that's who. Don't need to go into too much.
No, it's
the one I'm going to say that I think should have been swapped.
Okay,
might surprise you, but I think you're going to totally be on board. Scotty Too Hotty.
Oh, did not see that coming.
I know, but him, like, you really think back. I think out of Too Cool, if you want to just look at it as him and just Grandmaster Sexy, or you want to look at it as them with Rikishi, I think Scotty Too Hotty is the best wrestler in that group. Like in-ring worker, the ability that he had, but he just never really was ever pushed in any way. Like he was always just tag.
Yeah.
Like he held the light heavyweight title. That was it. And I think he only held it once. And other than that, he only held the tag titles.
Yeah.
That was it. And that's a dude that, like, in a nowadays type of world could have easily broken off like a Jimmy and Jay Uso and or a Jeff and Matt Hardy and like had an actual singles run, but back in those days it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
You know. So and Scotty was always, his fucking music was fire. His finishing move was always a fucking crowd pop.
Yeah.
Right? Like the worm was one of the coolest fucking things back then, right? Like that
being able to do it in No Mercy was so cool.
That was the fucking pop, dude. And his outfits were dope. His look was dope. His hair, the facial hair. It was everything. He had it. He had all of it. He had everything. He had the whole package.
Yeah.
Maybe not the size, but you can't fucking say that as a hindrance anymore. Like, look at the Rey Mysterio. You know what I mean? Like, I think Scotty had it, and he was just never pushed.
Mm-hmm. I like that one. That's
where I went.
That's a good one. I think you can compare them now. You can kind of say the same thing about the Street Profits. I think Tez is of the two, I think the one to push.
Absolutely. If you were to break them up and go singles, Tez is definitely Tez could go to the top.
Oh yeah, and I think that's a very similar Too Cool did everything they could as a tag team. They should have done what you're saying, and that's what they could do with Street Profits now.
Yeah,
I like that question. It was a fun one.
Yeah. Bringing us over to Blockbusters. Alrighty, first up on the docket, we got Black Rabbit. I posted this one on here. I'm so stoked for this. I listen. I know you do too. I don't know how up to date you are with it all, but the Smartless podcast with Jason Bateman, Will Arnett, and Sean P. Hayes. Few months ago now, I think it was an April episode that they dropped, maybe May. It was during tennis season. Jude Law was on it. And so I got to hear about this project that they were talking about, and it made me excited. I hadn't seen anything or nothing. Then they put the trailer out, and I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. So Black Rabbit, synopsis. Set against the backdrop of New York City's high-pressure nightlife scene, Black Rabbit centers on two brothers who are pushed to the brink by their duty to family and their pursuit of success. Jake Friedkin is the charismatic owner of Black Rabbit, a restaurant and VIP lounge poised to become the hottest spot in New York. But when his brother, Vince, returns to the business unexpectedly, trouble soon follows, opening the door to old traumas and new dangers that threaten to bring down everything they've built. Black Rabbit is a propulsive thrill ride and character examination about the way an unbreakable bond between two brothers can shatter their world and everything in its orbit. The cast of this is, as previously mentioned, Jude Law, Jason Bateman, and Cleopatra Coleman. The release date will be September 18th of this year, and it will be out on Netflix.
Dude, I'm really excited about this one. I kept seeing little first look pictures of this, and I was just like, Jason Bateman, I'm here for it.
Absolutely.
Anything he's in.
Role. Yeah.
Anything he's in. But then the guy got acting. He can do funny. He can do serious. You name it.
Make you cry.
Villain in what was that last year? December.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
This is the airport. Carry On.
That was great movie and everything. So just I'm so excited for Jason Bateman. And this movie does not look like it's going to disappoint. We've talked about it a few episodes ago about family dynamics and what you guys will do for each other. And this is obviously a more serious one. Yeah, much more serious. I like that dynamic, and so that's what I'm excited about.
We've covered, and I mean, obviously, we cover at least 4 things every fucking week. There's something about this trailer, and I cannot pinpoint it, the feeling about it that I have, but I think I'm the most excited for this movie. There's something about it that's just different to me, and I can't pinpoint exactly what it is, but it's just there's a feel to this that I'm just so excited for this movie. So when I saw this trailer, I was like, fuck yeah. And then I was rushing to open the agenda, and I was like, I swear to God, if Tim already put this on, I'm gonna fucking kill him. So I was happy to see that you had not.
Nope, did not. I'm glad you did, because it was a great trailer.
Yeah.
Anniversary. Synopsis. In the film, a close-knit family, again, family trend here going on, is caught in the turmoil of a controversial rising movement known as The Change. Ellen and Paul witness their lives fall apart when Ellen's former student Liz reappears and starts dating their son. As Liz becomes a part of the Taylor family, tensions rise and loyalties are tested. Liz's role in the change brings simmering conflicts to the surface, unraveling the fabric of the family just as the nation itself stands on the edge during an alarming and challenging time of uncertainty. Cast is Dylan O'Brien, Phoebe Dynevor, Zoe Deutsch, McKenna Grace, Diane Lane, and Kyle Chandler. Release date is October 29, 2025, and the platform is the Cinemas.
Dude.
What did you think of this trailer?
This is... I feel like this is like an Inside Out Get Out.
Oh, yeah.
You just like, obviously not the same concept, but just like the feel of it, where it's like... That's like one person going to this other place and everything gets weird.
Yeah.
Where it's like, this is one person coming in. They're the thing that makes everything weird.
Yes.
It's kind of how it felt.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't read the synopsis until you just read it.
Yeah.
I just watched the trailer. And I didn't even fucking realize the change thing and like now I'm like, oh fuck, now that makes more sense because the trailer like alludes to things, but it doesn't. At least I didn't fully hear it outright in the trailer, and that there was like this, I mean, almost the turmoil of a controversial rising movement known as the change. That sounds like a cultish type of thing happening, right? But on like a grander scale. And like I didn't quite get that, but I just knew there was something fucking weird going on with this girl. But now that you read that, I'm like, oh shit, cohesive,
bringing it together.
Yeah. Oh man. Like I said, without even reading the fucking scenario, the synopsis and watching the trailer, I was like, "This looks fucking wild." I'm in. I'm here, and what a cast, dude!
I was gonna.
God
that's
damn.
my note is just
Dylan
cast.
O'Brien,
Diane Lane,
Kyle Chandler, Zoe Deutsch,
McKenna Grace,
and then Phoebe Dynevor, however you say the last name, don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're all. I've seen every single one of them in something else, and have enjoyed all of them in something else. So,
love me some Diane
and
Lane. So
the sister that goes missing in the trailer is from the final season of View.
Oh yeah.
She's the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm pumped for this. I think I didn't think about it until you just said it, but it's totally like the opposite of Get Out.
Get Out. It is. And like obviously, like I said, it's not necessarily. It just like more thematically, it feels like that, right?
Yeah.
It not necessarily like the actual plot or anything like that. Like I don't know that there's actual, crossover type 100%. Things, but just the feel of it was. I was just like, oh man, like weird shit starts happening when this one person shows up. Where Get Out, it's the one specific person goes to the family's house and everything else is weird to them, and they're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and it's just, it's like the atmosphere of it is very dark too. It's like all gray skies throughout the whole trailer or in dark scenes. So it's just, I like it. And then you kind of have that scene with Diane Lane where she kind of flips on Dylan O'Brien. Yeah, and you're just like, oh, maybe the mom's crazy too, kind of thing. Like I don't know. It was a lot going on in the trailer, and I'm just pumped for it.
Well, and it seems very much like the mom knows what's up and knows what, like, she's like educated maybe on this movement or whatever. And says that Liz was a former student of hers, so maybe they like covered this topic of what this is or something in the class. Yeah, whether it was high school or college or whatever it was, probably college, I'm assuming. And then the rest of the family just seems like they don't know, right? Yeah. They're just kind of like, oh. Yeah, going along, and so then it can have that potentially that look where it makes the mom look crazy. True, kind of how very like in Final Destination Bloodlines. Yeah, right. Yeah. Like the grandma was like viewed as a nutcase by the whole rest of the family, and like this could kind of be an angle that is played into here too. So yeah, a lot of I'm excited for that one, man. And the name Anniversary. Yeah. I mean, I thought it was a weird because like it is they're at an anniversary party, but but it's kind of weird that that's the name of the movie. Exactly. When then you're like just thinking that when I'm like,
We're talking about all of this.
All of this other stuff, and the anniversary part hadn't come up once.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We're on the same page here. All right. Next up, we have Ballad of a Small Player. This just looked fun to me, honestly.
Dude, seriously.
The synopsis of this is Lord Doyle is laying low in a macaw, spending his days and nights on the casino floors, drinking heavily and gambling what little money he has left. Struggling to keep up with his fast-rising debts, he is offered a lifeline by the mysterious Dao Ming, a casino employee with secrets of her own. However, in hot pursuit is Cynthia Blythe, a private investigator ready to confront Doyle with what he is running from. As Doyle tries to climb to salvation, the confines of reality start to close in. The cast of this is Colin Farrell and Tilda Swinton. The release date will be October 29th of this year. Wasn't the one that you just said? The 29th, right? All right, two good-looking movies coming out on the same day. One in the cinemas, and this one will be out on Netflix also. I was on a Netflix kick this week, apparently. I didn't even realize that. But yeah, dude,
Colin Farrell's on the rise again.
he is so fucking good.
He is so
It is
good.
absolutely
Starting
ridiculous.
with the Penguin.
Oh my God.
And then he's in the Big Beautiful
Big
Journey.
Big,
Bold,
Big, Bold, Beautiful Journey.
And then the trailer just looks stunning. Another stunning, like, just visual.
And can I just point out, just to bounce off of what you were just saying, those three roles that you just said,
so different.
absolutely like polar. If you could have three different polar opposites, right?
Yeah.
Like if life was a triangle,
Yeah.
each of these characters is at the different pinpoint of the tip of the triangle, right? Like
100%, yes.
not even kind of remotely close to each other.
Yeah.
Right? Like the Penguin is fucking Penguin. He's like a fucking uprising, just completely just a swindler of like a wannabe mob boss that's just like faking his way into everything, right?
Yeah.
You have the Big Bold Beautiful Journey where it's
More rom-com.
yeah, more rom-com style, more of like a, it seems like a
swooning.
suave kind of
Yeah.
just dude. And then you have this that is like the absolute just unraveling of a human being, it seems like in this trailer, right?
Yeah.
And like you said, it was like this beautifully shot. Like every scene in this trailer was the scenes of him, especially towards the end, sitting at the poker table and just fucking screaming, was just like, holy shit.
The colors they like
Yeah,
filmed
dude.
was just like nothing I've ever seen, and
Yeah.
it looks so good.
What a cool fucking trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also want to point out Tilda Swinton. She plays the craziest looking characters too, because her in this, I don't know if she was like in disguise or something maybe in this movie, but she looks fucking, she kind of looked like Emma Thompson's character in Harry Potter.
Oh yeah.
The like more mystical professor, right? She had like the curly hair and the big ass glasses like that. But yeah, that's kind of not obviously not exactly, but that's kind of, I was like, oh shit, because she had like the big ass glasses, super curly hair, and I was just like, that's not what I was expecting Tilda Swinton to look like, especially when you go from like Doctor Strange when she was the bald.
Yeah.
She was
I forget
the prophet or whatever the fuck, some more kind of unearthly type of being in that as well, and it was just like, whoa. Well, I don't know, this it looked good. I had passed this a couple times and was just kind of like nah, and then I was like fuck it, I'm gonna click on it, and I watched it and I was like, fuck, I'm happy I clicked on that because this looks great.
That brings us over to series, and I posted one. It's been a while since we've had a series on the show.
Yes, it has.
And this one's just a weird one. So Pluribus.
Before you get into this, I'm so happy you put this on here because I have been following this a little bit. I have almost put this on multiple times, but I was like waiting for a little more.
Yeah. And
then they put out the third trailer or whatever.
Yeah.
And you beat me to it. So I was like, all right.
Do it. I mean, before even getting into it, the marketing for this is just top notch. Like, giving you so little.
Very little, but
like, what the fuck is going on?
Exactly.
And so.
And the synopsis and the three trailers meet up in zero way.
Exactly.
Which I like.
Yeah,
So
100%. So
But it's like you watch the 3 trailers and you get very little from those. You read this single sentence synopsis that you're about to read and you get very little from that. And with the very little you get from this and the very little you get from the trailers do not come together in any way to make you put any sort of puzzle pieces together to have an idea of what the fuck is going on in this show.
exactly. So Pluribus, the synopsis, follows the most miserable person on earth and the one who must save the world from happiness. Cast is Rhea Seahorn, Carolina Wedra, Miriam Shore. Release date is coming November 7th, 2025, and this is going to be on Apple Plus.
Apple back at it again.
An
apple a day keeps the doctor away. That's what I always say.
With how little it gives you, it got me so drawn into it.
Oh my God, yeah.
And then just reading how excited fans are, like, because they know the director is like behind Better Call Saul.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah,
so,
it was the director of Breaking Bad.
Yeah. And so there's just a big following for this with so little. And I just had to put it on there because I'm
like one of the trailers is literally like the main character chick. I'm assuming it's the Rhea Seahorn.
Yeah.
I don't know those people by their name, but I'm assuming that's who it is. She just like walks out and then the type comes across the screen and says, "Sorry for the blood." And you can see just like a little bit of blood splatter on her shirt sleeves. That's it. And then she just walks off. And it's like a 15-second trailer. Right. And then
you got the donut looking
the donut one, that was the last one though, wasn't that? Wasn't that the third?
No, the blood was the last one. The latest one. The donut one was...
Oh, the blood was because that's not... Okay. In the order that you put them on the agenda,
I put them out of order because this was the
because I was going to say, the donut looking one was one of like the first ones that I saw.
Yes.
And I hadn't seen the blood one. So, but yeah. So yeah, the donut looking one, it literally just like from a far out, she's just sitting there. You just see her doing something, and you're like, "What?" And then it zooms in, and she's literally just like picking up, just like jelly-filled donuts or whatever, right? Just picking them up and just putting them back in the box. And then it just pans down, and it says, "Help yourself," or whatever. You know, it's like these are donuts. These are for a lot of people. But that's what the trailer is. Yep. And then what was the other one?
It was the phone number call.
Oh yeah, the phone number. But the phone number popped up in 2 of them.
Yeah. So
did you look into the phone number at all?
I didn't.
No. Okay. Yeah. So it's just like there's like nothing. You don't know what the fuck's happening.
But it's so cool.
I know.
It's such a cool idea.
It feels and the way it's shot and everything feels very Breaking Bad for sure.
Yeah.
That same type of vibe, but also a very similar vibe as like The Walking Dead. Mm-hmm. Kind of feel. Right?
Yeah. No. So it's just for like, sure.
All right. I don't know. I'm excited for it. I, again, don't know fucking anything about it, and that's why I was like kind of waiting to put it on because I was like, I was like, there's like no information about this.
I was like, do I put it on? But I'm like, there's three.
They put out 3 fucking trailers, and you still have no information. So yeah, I'm happy you put it on. Fred,
what's in the news, Ryan?
The news, my good sir. Actually, you're
I got the first point on.
So what's in the news, Tim? What's the news? What do we got? What are we following up on?
Sir Ian McKellen confirms that he and Elijah Wood will be returning as Gandalf and Frodo in The Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum, the movie directed by Andy Serkis, Gollum himself.
Burns us, my precious.
It starts filming in May and is scheduled for a release in December 2027. The return to Middle-earth, and I'm so excited.
Yes.
Oh,
yes. I didn't see this until I looked at the agenda and I saw you put it on. I was like...
Had no clue. Clue.
Oh my god, man! That's fucking awesome.
I'm pumped. I'm ready.
I'm not like in my mind. There's like 3 major franchises like this, right? It's Harry Potter, Star Wars, and Lord of the Rings, right? Yeah. Do you agree?
Oh yeah,
yeah. Lord of the Rings is number 3 on my list out of those 3 for me. It's Harry Potter. Head and shoulders above everything else for me.
Yeah.
And then it's Star Wars and then it's Lord of the Rings. So like Lord of the Rings, it's not like my favorite thing, but I fucking love these movies, this franchise. I loved all 3 of the Hobbit movies. I know those kind of got a little bit of a shit end of things. I thought they
still
were
so cool
fantastic.
movies.
I thought they were great. I thought they did a really good job of like explaining history and the whole world and everything. But yeah, this is so fucking exciting.
Yeah.
We're getting two of the OGs back. I don't know what all this is going to be. It says A Hunt for Gollum, so I'm assuming Andy Serkis is directing, and I'm assuming he's going to be back as Schmeagol.
He's got to be,
Gollum,
right?
Yeah, it's A Hunt for Gollum. And like, why are they hunting for him? What's the point? I don't know. I'm excited.
Yeah.
There's a lot of questions that I'm stoked for. So I know you haven't watched this yet.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad you know that.
Because we've talked about it. But I really hope you do, because you will love. You're gonna love this show. Like straight up, you will fucking love this show. Fallout, you gotta watch this. Okay. Did you watch the trailer for it? I know you haven't watched.
I did.
I was gonna say I know you
it.
haven't seen it, so I don't know if you wanted to watch the trailer for something you haven't seen for a second season, something you haven't watched yet. But and I wouldn't have blamed you if you didn't. But I'm so fucking stoked for this. It's fucking beautiful. It's just the way everything's shot. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it's just such a fucking just so good. It is such a good video game adaptation, and they've been fucking just putting out so many good video game adaptations, like fucking The Last of Us, right?
Yeah.
Like so many good fucking things. I'm very excited for this. I loved this fucking show. I binge watched this bitch when it first came out, and I was just like, I need more. And then, but it was one of those things where it was like, I don't know if there's a second season, because it hadn't been announced yet. It wasn't one of the shows that was like, oh, it got greenlit for like Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
Like Wednesday got greenlit for season 2 before season 1 even came out, and I think it got greenlit for season 3 before season 2 came out, right? This was not one of those. Like Fallout did not get greenlit for a season 2 for a while, and then it finally did, and now they've made it, and now they put the trailer out, and I was like, fuck yes, let's go, because the ghoul, the guy that you saw with the no nose,
like the Red Skull.
Yeah, kind of looks like kind of looks like Red Skull. That's Walton Goggins. Yeah, and he's fucking phenomenal. He's such a good actor, and he's fantastic in this role. So,
the trailer looks amazing, and I know you told me you had to watch it. This was actually one of the first things a listener said. I can't believe you haven't watched that. And so, that was really cool. I got a lot of watching to do. Stranger Things, this.
I know,
So there's a lot of catching up.
I mean, shit, I do too, man. I have so many things written. I have like a future binge, like Bingecap thing for like future stuff that I'm like, I need to start watching some of these, and I just keep adding to them, and then getting less and less on my fucking Bingecaps. Next talking point. My pants got tight when I read this.
I need a
and
large
then I
farva.
saw the actual that they actually put. Did you see the video that they did?
Yeah.
With the shot ski
Yep.
thing. I sent that on our on one of our socials. I sent it in there. But that was after I'd already read that this was happening. I put this on here. Super Troopers 3 is fucking official. It is set to begin filming. They probably already started filming, because I put this on earlier in the week.
They released another video.
Oh, did they? Okay,
like,
I was gonna say
we're going on it.
Yeah,
now.
I was gonna say like when I initially read this, it said that filming was expected to begin at the end of this week, right? Which would have been yesterday or today.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, Super Troopers 3, the whole fucking crew is... I mean, like, the main dudes.
Yeah.
I don't know if... Because I don't think the female from the first one was in the second one.
I don't think so.
I don't think the blonde, I don't think she was in it. So, but it's the main crew, you know, and Brian Cox is coming back in it as the, I don't know if he's still the chief or whatever, but he'd be pretty old to be still the chief, but he's in it, coming back in it in some capacity.
Yeah.
Dude, these are again the original Super Troopers. It's very similar to Dumb and Dumber, Anchorman, Happy Gilmore, Zoolander, all these fucking movies that are like fucking cult classic movies. The originals are so fucking good. And then you get the sequels, and a lot of people shit on the sequels because, they didn't live up to the hype of the first. No fucking shit, it didn't live up to the hype of the first
movies.
one. It was the first of its kind.
Yeah,
you can't fucking top that.
Yeah.
You can't. It's not possible to do. People go into these things with too high of expectations, and you end up then with those type of results. Where if you go into it like I know you do and I do, I'm just looking for and we've talked about this again on the podcast before, so I don't need to spend a lot of time, but I'm just going into it for the continuance of these fucking stories and these characters that I fucking love and that just make me laugh, and I'm here for. 100%, right? So, yeah. But no one's gonna fucking bitch about the fact that we just got like the 17th Superman movie. Right? Which I'm also excited to see because I'm not an idiot. Yeah. But I'm just excited. I loved the second one. I thought it was fantastic. I thought they did a great job. I have no idea what this one's going to be about. I have no idea like what the fucking story they're coming back with for this is.
The characters are back, and that's all that matters.
But this is a franchise that had absolutely no business being a franchise.
Exactly.
Right? Like, the first movie had no business being what it was. Mm-hmm. But it was. Yep. And then they did a fucking, like, Kickstarter to get the second one made. Back in it was before it came out in 2018. It came out on 4/20/2018. I remember because me, Nick, and Jason saw it in theaters, and we got high as fuck to go see this. We hotboxed Nick's car before we went into the fucking theater, and it's these movies are too fucking good.
Yeah.
In the absolute most idiotic, childish, stupid, fucking just college humor type of way.
Yeah.
But this time, these guys are all in like their fucking mid to late 40s now, which makes me even more. And fucking Brian Cox is like 70. So I'm fucking just so excited to just see like what the fuck they have up their sleeves for this. I couldn't be happier.
It's just, we're getting a little rise in this. We got Happy Gilmore too. We got Spaceballs.
Yeah, Spaceballs. Yeah, coming out. Yeah.
So it's exciting to see.
I think did we talk about it on here? Or did I just read about it a few months ago? Wedding Crashers 2 is something that's like in the works.
I didn't hear about it.
It's something that has been in the works for a while. That they've like continued to bounce around, but like what last I heard was like there's like actually like traction for it with all like the 4 original like people returning. So
that's exciting.
I don't know if where that's at. Maybe it has been scrapped since, but I mean, still. Like, we're getting a lot of nostalgic kind of Freakier Friday just came out too, right? Like, we're getting a lot of these things, and it's because I don't think because of everything else we cover. I don't think it's for a lack of original content by any means coming out. But there's a history with these things, and there's stories that people that have really connected with and gravitated towards that you can still build off of. And
I think something exciting like for this is something that wasn't supposed to be big.
Yeah,
or
exactly.
Or like
I said, this had no business being what it is. It had no business being fucking 23 years later and us getting the announcement that we're getting another one that will end up being 24 years later, assuming they're starting filming now. Probably going to come out late 2026, maybe early 27, which would be then 25 years after the first one, because the first one came out in 2002. Yeah. So
yeah, exactly.
It's just like, what? Fuck yeah.
We got the official trailer.
So this is the thing about this trailer. Sorry, finish what you were saying, and then I'll talk. I didn't even let you say what it is yet. I cut you off.
I posted the official the follow-up to The Keeper. We posted a teaser trailer, very uncomfortable, very quick, had no clue what was going on. Still really don't know what's going on in this trailer.
But when you posted the initial, it was in the actual... It wasn't in thread. It was in the actual... that was a talking point in movies, right?
Full trailer. But
yeah. I almost put this... So I saw this trailer before you put this on here. I watched this. I almost put this as one of my talking points this week because it had almost nothing to do with the fucking original trailer you put out. Yeah. But then I was like, wait a second. I was like, this is from Osgood Perkins. Yeah. And I was like, didn't we just cover one that was from Osgood Perkins? When was that? I went back to like episode fucking 52 and it wasn't in the agenda. I literally went back episode for episode.
Really?
Like 10 or 12 episodes, and it wasn't in the agenda. And I was like, I swear to God we covered this. I was like, I'm not going to put it on.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I don't want to recover something that we've already covered in the talking point, like the actual full talking points. But then I saw you put it on follow-up, but I was like, I knew we covered it. But unless I accidentally skipped one of the episodes and I was going, because it's not difficult to do.
Yeah.
Just the way Google Drive is set up.
Yeah.
Right, because we have them in each different thing. So maybe I went from 56 to 54 on accident and skipped 55 or something. But regardless, see if maybe you can find when we talked about it.
Yeah,
because I
know
tried.
We
and
did.
I know we did too. But I was just like, what the fuck? Because this trailer is so fucking different from the other one. Because the other one was where it looked like it was like a multi-story thing.
Yeah.
Right? Where it showed, and the glimpse of in this trailer where it showed the chick what looks like she's like giving birth in the corner of a barn.
Yeah.
That's what I was like, I know we fucking covered this because that was in the original one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that was like that was like it. That was like all I got from the original one, really. There might have been small little crossover pieces, but it felt so different that I was like, oh, fuck, this is a brand new fucking thing. And I almost put it on, and I was like, wait a minute. And then I went through a whole rabbit hole. I couldn't find it, so I was like, I'm not trusting myself. I was like, I'm not putting it on. And I'm happy I didn't.
No, this trailer was wild. I like how it was kind of a long trailer, and it gave you two perspectives.
I was not expecting that.
No, I thought it was
going to be hers, and and then it ended, and then it cuts back to like the same beginning, but from his perspective, and then he starts saying like the same things, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because in the original teaser, we got no dude perspective or any angle of that at all, and now all of a sudden in this teaser, it's kind of like Pluribus.
Yeah.
To a point, just like longer, obviously, vignettes that we're getting from it, but it's very like, we're getting these trailers that are giving away nothing but absolutely fucking gripping you.
And I'm so excited for that.
Yeah.
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 And this kind of gives me vibes of not the premise of this, because it's like a horror, kind of feels like a horror thing, but like Gone Girl, where like, did you see that movie?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was like you're getting one perspective, and then it switches into another That's what this kind of feels like. But yeah, very excited for this one.
I mean, every time we have every Fred section is always something that we're stoked about. But that all encompassing, like,
that was a really good
was one of like the top to bottom ones that was just like, fuck yeah, let's go. Good news. All right, man. Moving on to our special segment of the week. This week we got our August binge recap. Timmy, what have you been watching, dude?
It wasn't the best month for me, which is crazy.
So don't feel terrible about
okay.
it. Oh shit.
All right.
There we go.
So we watched Weapons. We went and saw that in theater.
We did.
I watched Happy Gilmore 2. I know that was on your last one.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I was going to say, I couldn't remember if I watched that last month. I didn't put it on for this month because I thought I watched it last month.
Yeah, you did that.
I did, yeah.
We watched Final Destination Bloodlines, Locked, Cable Guy. So that was the movie. So not much more than what we did for the podcast other than Happy Gilmore 2. Kind of watched some episodes of And Just Like That. It's like a follow-up to Sex and the City with Haley.
Oh, okay.
And then we've been watching a show called Unsellable Houses. It's two real estate agents here in Washington, so it's kind of fun to see houses up for sale up here and what they do with the houses. Halfway through How I Met Your Mother season 9. It's my like fall asleep show right now, and so I'm almost done with the show. And then I started Platonic. I'm about halfway through the first season, and that show is awesome.
Isn't it good?
It's really good. Really, really good.
Yeah.
But that's my August binge cap. So not very full, but I got some things in.
Yeah. I'm in a very similar a spot here. Outside of, I only have a handful of things that's outside of. One I don't think you said, Alien Earth.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I'm all caught up on Alien Earth.
Yeah, Alien Earth also. So, I only have all the things that you just said that we watched for the podcast, right? Weapons, Cable Guy, Locked, Alien Earth, all those things. Movies, I watched. Me and Lindsay watched Freaky Friday.
Okay.
Not the new, not Freakier Friday, but Freaky Friday. And I know I told you, and you were like, "What the fuck?" I'm like 99.734 sure that was the first time I've ever watched that movie.
That's so wild.
And I know it's so wild to me too, because if you would have asked me a month and a half ago, I'd have been like, "Oh fuck yeah, I've seen that."
Yeah.
But then we watched it, and I was like, I don't remember any of this. Like, I'm like, was that like one of those Mandela effect things? Like, where I'm like, I've seen so many clips from the movie that I was just like, yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
You know, like, I was like, what the fuck? Because I was watching it and I was laughing. Like, Lindsay was looking at me like, and then partway through, she literally goes, she's like, have you never seen this? And I was like, I don't know. I was like, if I've seen it, I'm watching it for the first time again. I'm getting to relive it because this is fucking hilarious. I was dying laughing.
Yeah.
So many parts of it. And I think I'm happy about that. Whether I had seen it before and I just completely forgot about it, or that was my first time watching it, I'm happy I watched it when I did, because I think I just had a better appreciation for it than when it came out in 2003 when I was 10 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, like, now I'm like, there's so many fucking things in that movie that are absolutely hilarious now as an adult. And it was fantastic. So that was
fun going back and watching all those kind of movies.
It is, absolutely. And that one's one that 100% holds up too.
Yeah.
It's not one where like we've gone back and watched old movies where we're like Roller. I know this. You like this movie a lot, but you even said too when you went back and watched it. Rollerball is like it didn't age well. Like this, like the way, like the filming of it and everything.
Yeah.
Like Freaky Friday, it aged well. Like it still looks good.
Yeah,
you know, like even though it was 22 years ago, it was still like. It looks good. It doesn't look like it was shot in the fucking 80s. You know what I mean? Like
100%.
So that was one. The only other movie I have on here that I watched was I watched Bride Hard.
Oh, okay.
The Rebel Wilson and Anna
How
Camp.
was that?
I enjoyed it. Was it stupid? Abso-fucking-lutely.
That's what it's supposed to be.
Exactly. I think that is what it's supposed to be. It's like a funny kind of knockoff Die Hard, obviously.
Yeah.
Like I liked it. I really enjoyed it. There
That
were a
one's
couple
on Prime?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I read it for like $5 on Prime or whatever. And then so two things here. Untamed. Me and Lindsay started and finished that.
Okay, because you did not put that on
last month. Okay, I couldn't remember. I was like, I can't remember if
I
did
started
or not.
it.
Okay, so we started it. I finished it. She kind of fell out. It wasn't her. I love my wife. Thank God she doesn't listen to the podcast. She's just funny because that show, like, we were like watching it in bed, and she was like watching the first episode with me, and then it was like the second episode came on, and she's kind of scrolling because that's what she does, and she'll like be scrolling and watching something, unless it's like something that she's fully fucking into, like Amanda Seyfried fucking show. On Peacock.
River, something River.
Why am I totally fucking forgetting it? Anyways, that show.
Yeah.
She
Such a good show too.
She was so fucking into it. Like her phone might have been on the charger in the room while we were watching this. Like it wasn't even. She was not distracted.
Yeah.
Not Untamed. But she's like, God, you watch such just like scary and gross sounding shows. And I was like, this? I was like, how is this any different than that fucking show or fucking Found? I was like, it's a very similar show. I was like, what are you talking about? But it was just it rubbed her the wrong way in one moment, and she was out of it. So, but I finished it, and then I started season 2 of Platonic.
Oh, okay,
and that's I'm only a couple episodes in, but that's where I'm at with that. And that was my August binge cap.
Long Bright River.
Long Bright River. Thank you. I
don't have to.
I knew it started with an S though.
Yeah.
Samsonite. That was way off.
And this brings us to our next segment. We have the B Memoriam. Terrence Stamp passed away this week, and I mean, it's a guy that's covered DC. He was General Zod in the Superman movies. Yep. He was Jor-El's voice in Smallville. He was in the Marvel's universe in the movie Elektra. He's just been in so many things. He was in Yes Man. We were just talking about that.
Yep.
The other day at the Creed concert, The Covenant.
Yep.
He was that guy, and so it's just another one has passed, and you know, he made a big mark on Hollywood, and so this is to him.
Cheers.
Cheers. And that brings us to Blockbusters question of the week. I posed this question for you. What's the most unpredictable plot twist you have ever seen in a movie?
Yeah, that's a good question, dude, because you kind of... Stump's not the word, but this was one that really made me, like, think through things. Because, I mean, that's a fucking loaded question. Like, there's so many fucking movies that you can put here. And I'm hoping that my answers... I have two.
Okay.
Because I couldn't really pick between them. And they're very different, but also oddly quite similar when I started to think about it.
Okay.
And I was like, there are actually very similar concepts to a point, but also, again, very different.
Okay.
And I went with either The Game...
Okay.
That
the one
we watched.
Yeah,
You had me watch for Toasted or Trash with
Michael Douglas.
Michael Douglas.
Yep.
And Inception.
Okay.
And when you really think about thematically in it, they are somewhat fairly similar movies.
Yeah, they kind of
But like the actual concept to what, like, when you get down to the details of them are obviously like very different, but they have very similar ideas where like these things are happening that aren't actually real or are, you know what I mean? And like it's hard to tell the difference between them.
Yeah.
I think if I really had to break it down between the two, I'd probably lean towards Inception as being the more unpredictable plot twist, because there's still a part of me that I'm like, I still don't know what was actually true at the end of that movie. Right, with the top spinning, and you never, like, it's spinning, it kind of starts to wobble, and then it goes to black, and you're still just like, is this reality or is this Inception? We still don't fucking know. You know, where like The Game, that was a crazy plot twist, but like that was finite. You knew at the end that you're like, okay, I know what this is. So that's where I think I lean more towards Inception as being the most, but I wanted to give The Game, because that was one that we covered on the show earlier in the year, and it was definitely it was like, oh fuck, and it was like a double twist back to back. Right, it was like, oh shit, he died. Oh shit, he's alive. Oh shit, this is all fake. What the fuck? You know, you're like, whoa. So it was definitely one that I thought was worth mentioning. What about you?
I'm going with Crazy Stupid Love with Steve Carell.
Wow. That is that Emma Stone and is Ryan Gosling's in that? Yeah. Is that also is that the one? Is Tina Fey in that?
No. That was Day Night.
That's Day Night. Okay.
But
get my Steve Carell picks.
That movie had no business having a plot twist to it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just like a rom-com-y movie, and you're watching it, and then boom, the scene hits where, I mean, it's an old movie, it's just Emma Thompson is the daughter of Steve Carell and dating Ryan Gosling and
Emma Stone.
Yeah.
I was like, you said Emma Thompson. I was like,
nope.
Pretty sure she's older than all of them. I know she's older than Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling. I'm assuming she's older than Steve Carell as well.
Facts. But you get to that scene and you're just like, what the fuck? But then it just fits so well, and even watching it multiple times, you're just like, what the hell? You just really don't see any of the signs there.
That's a good pick. I like that.
But it was just very unpredictable. And a movie that shouldn't have one did have one, and it was very welcomed. It was a fun twist, but I thought it was a great movie.
Hell yeah, man.
And that
Fucking
is episode 64.
64.
Cheers.
Close the door. Buy a whore. Don't buy a whore.
Let's fucking